This is an affordable vehicle, Dad. A 2025 Ford Escape plug-in hybrid, discounted $6,426, partly because they've had it for 590.
You think that might have anything to do with it?
There are a few reasons why I think dealers are panicking right now. There's kind of a combination of events happening. First, we had very slow sales in the month of April. We had new vehicle inventories start to build back up just a little bit. So we'll pull that up on the screen right here. We're close to 3 million vehicles in inventory right now, 2.86 million. We actually had used car inventories increase a little bit as well. So inventory for used vehicles is starting to grow. But ultimately, Dad, it's the inventory story plus pressure from a regulatory environment. You've got here the FTC warning all these dealerships, and organizations like Consumer Reports coming out with articles about how consumers need to avoid paying for dealer add-ons and things like that. Last but not least, Pops, there are still, any guesses how many unsold new 2025 cars out there on dealer lots right now?
142,378.
161,858 unsold new 2025 cars on dealer lots as of Memorial Day. I'll do the big reveal in a second here. How many do you think are Fords, Dad?
75,000.
62,000. So over a third of the unsold new cars in the United States of America right now are Fords. Why are dealers panicking this Memorial Day, Pops? The inventory story, the regulatory story, the Consumer Reports story, the Ford story. Why are they panicking?
I don't know. You didn't even touch on the affordability story and the credit story and the high gas price story and the high price of food and the high cost of rent and the high cost of automobile insurance. Why should anybody be panicking when every one of those sentences began with hi? And it wasn't like in hello. It was like, as in, I can't believe how expensive this stuff has all got.
Which, for what it's worth, as we talk about the panic that the dealers are feeling, this becomes opportunity for shoppers out there. Like the panic for the industry is a buyer's market moment, potentially, for consumers.
Well, here's the sad reality of that. The consumers that might want to take advantage of it can't afford to take advantage of it. People are stretched to the max right now.
We have more 0% financing offers right now than we did at the end of December 2025. So I do think, Dad, you're 100% right. People are strapped, and there are fewer people who can afford to purchase new and used cars, but that forces the hand of the automakers, and they have to step up, and it forces the hands of dealers as well. Put yourself in the shoes of a Ford dealer right now who has a 2025 leftover vehicle. And let's do, me, I love doing these live experiments. All right, so what we're looking at are new leftover 2025 Ford vehicles in the Cleveland area. This is an affordable vehicle, Dad. A 2025 Ford Escape plug-in hybrid, original MSRP $44,425, discounted $6,426, partly because they've had it for 590.
You think that might have anything to do with it?
595 days on the market, 217 days on the market, 231 days on the market. I'm curious, Dad, for this plug-in hybrid. Let's take a quick peek.
I'd hate to have Nick Meyer Ford Lincoln floor plan bill that they have to stroke a check for every month.
So actually, Dad, explain that. Can you take a moment here? Why is that part of the panic that the industry is feeling right now when vehicles are sitting on dealers' lots, when there's unsold new cars, dealers holding on to a car for almost 600 days? Talk to us about the expense associated with that as the dealer, why that causes some panic.
Because they're paying interest on that. They don't pay cash for their inventory. They have a floor plan line of credit set up with either typically the manufacturer's captive lender or a local bank of their choosing. The manufacturer, in this case it would be Ford, they will provide the dealer with enough assistance to cover the accruing interest on inventory for a vehicle. I think for Ford, what is it, 60 or 75 days?
Something like that.
And then after that, as vehicles sit and the cost of carrying that continues to grow, that's the dealer's responsibility to stroke that check every month. If it costs, say, approximately $300 a month on average per vehicle, Do the math. That gets expensive. That impacts cash flow. It impacts everything.
Dad, look at this F-150 Lightning,
Yes.
$13,000 off MSRP, still hasn't sold. It just keeps going on. Even Mavericks that haven't sold. There was a period in time where Bronco Raptors were selling significantly above MSRP, and now they're having to discount it. I mean, not quite 10%, but this has been sitting for 324 days at this dealership. And Dad, we're just looking at one dealer's leftover inventory,
Yes.
and it takes up more than the whole first page of we're on to the second. Dad, this dealer,
Yes.
we're still going, Dad. Now we're looking at their East dealership in Wickliffe instead of the other one. I mean, this dealership, Dad, it seems like has over 100 2025 left over. Let's see. Now we're on. Okay, all right. It ends here. So then
Yeah.
like 75, maybe 80 leftover 2025 new cars. Look at this Mustang Mach-E, 303 days, $9,711 off. That's before you even negotiate with the dealership. That's
Why
the
do you
panic.
think you could get more if you went in there?
Of course, that's the panic mode that the auto industry, in some cases, are feeling today. And Dad, I'm so glad you chose Cleveland. One of the things I'm especially interested in.
Yes.
So let's we'll look at Broncos sports. Let's go to our handy dandy map view. Look at that, shocker. Every single state in the United States right now is a buyer's market for the Ford Bronco Sport. We'll jump into Ohio here. I mean, there are select Marion. Okay, maybe you're going to have a harder time, but Columbus, buyer's market for this vehicle. You can literally zoom in here. There's a dealer
Yes.
that has 69 Bronco Sports in Groveport, Ohio right now, Dad.
I bet you his hope at the end of the day is he only has 68 left.
Look at this. 254 days on the market, 254, 259, 255. So I just looked. This is the type of research. If you want to find a dealer that's in panic mode, this is how you do it. We use the map. We found a vehicle. From the vehicle, I found the dealer. It's Reichert Ford. They're a B-graded dealer. Fine. Look at this, Dad.
Boom shakalaka.
What does this mean? What does this mean for consumers who want to go get the best car deal, for consumers who want to show up informed? What does this chart immediately tell you?
It tells me that 55% of their inventory is aged, and it looks like a total of 278 of those vehicles. I'm in desperation mode to sell them.
They're panicking per se this Memorial Day?
With a big P. I mean, a huge P.
And
That P that just doesn't seem to ever end.
And the reason being is because those 206 vehicles that have been on their lot for over half of a year are
Yes.
costing them so much money. I mean, it's just
The whole basis of the car business is two things.
Right.
Inventory management, really understanding your inventory and your inventory levels and what you need. And you are better to be short one car than over by one car. Because typically, if you're over by one car, you're over by way more than one car. And the other thing is cash flow. Cash flow is king. If you don't have the cash flow, it makes it a lot harder to write that check for $120,000 for your floor plan interest, which is why some dealerships go out of trust, which means they sell vehicles and they can't even afford to pay them off to their floor plan company because they don't have enough cash flow. In order to sustain cash flow, you have to sell the units you have. You have to maximize how quickly you turn that inventory. You have to know when to look at your factory sales representative and say, nope, don't need any more.
use these tools. The panic mode is setting in out there for many car dealers. And to your point, Dad, got to do different things operations wise to move the metal.